Okay, today we are playing a game on Ilios. The average SR of this game was 2,606, and we will be playing one round as D.va before changing to Winston for the rest of the game. And our current team composition is D.va, Winston, McCree, Doomfist, Mercy, and Lucio. So the team is perfectly fine and I have nothing to say about it, thus we will just start the game. Of note, before we do that though, we are one round into this game, also, because the recording is missing it. We also appear to have missed the first fight on this map, seeing as we have already got control of the point. But there is still 22 minutes of game to go, so there's still plenty of game left. Yes, I had in fact noticed somehow, thank you. So we're waiting for their team to reappear. We learn they have a Symmetra because Symmetra is throwing her balls at us very gently. Doomfist's getting into a fight over there with the rest of the team, so we come over here to help him out. And we just sort of shoot into the bubble for a little while. Winston jumps in over here, and immediate reaction is like, wow, Winston just jumped into our entire team. How does he not die for this? Well, we come around the corner, and it turns out D.va's actually here. And then their team emerges from the top of the top of the ramp. As soon as their team appears out of that doorway up there, you want to start blocking up there, because, like, yeah, this is all of this down here we want to take part in. We don't want this soldier who is up on, like, the perfect field to shoot at our entire team and kill them. Granted, we do also want to kill this Winston, but, like, this is very scary, and blocking damage is your #1 priority as a tank, because you don't want your team to die. So as soon as you see the soldier emerge, you want to start blocking that, and we would like to go up there and, like, fuck with him also, but our shift is on cooldown right now, so we are not allowed to do that. We have lost our Mercy. Lucio dropped the beat, but it was too late to save our Mercy, which is quite sad. When you lose your Mercy right at the start of the fight, it is generally not in your favor much anymore. So we decide that we're going to come over here and dive in on this Winston over here. This Winston is no longer really for us to kill anymore, because at this point he has been healed a bit by Mercy, and now Mercy is tethered to him again. So this Winston we are not realistically going to kill anymore. Our resources would be better spent trying to fuck with this soldier, who is currently up on, like, the best high ground you can get on Ilios, and is just fucking with our team. Or we could be blocking this Reaper. We are focusing real hard on the Winston, and we could have been focusing on something else. Because Winston at that point, he was no longer for us. He had been too healed up. So, we are actually going to get rezzed and brought back into this fight. Here we go. McCree also. As we can see, Winston is off over there fighting. This is a relatively, like, minor thing, but, like, it always upsets me a bit. Just skip the kill cam, because the only reason to really look at the kill cam is to check somebody's ult charge, because for some fucking reason they let you see that on the kill cam. Blizzard is a very smart company sometimes. And the only other reason is if you think the person might be using an aimbot. You wanna just skip it and see what your team is up to. Because we learned from looking at the kill feed that our Winston is currently in there with Primal Rage, because he has just beat their D.va to death. Well, I'd love to know how that fight is actually going right now. It's better to watch, like, see what's going on with your team, rather than watching your dumbass get killed, basically. So we have been rezzed, and we're going to come back in, and we're going to fight. We see their Mercy. We come over here to get the Mercy. We unfortunately bonk her quite far away, and she actually slips around the corner, which is very unfortunate, because it would be hard for her to actually just fly away quickly over here. Here's a Reaper. We don't want to deal with that, so we're just going to back up away from the Reaper. And now we're back over here. We have self-destruct, so we don't have to worry about getting killed. We see up here, things are not going fantastically, but they're not going awful either. Our Winston is dead, by the way. He died up in the kill feed as well. So soldiers using tac visor. We lost our mech. We elect not to use self-destruct, which is probably the correct choice, because at that point, well, you probably just lose your mech again anyway, the way the fight's going. Soldier also used tac visor right at the end of the fight, so at least he used that on a fight they had already started to win. So he didn't need to use it, but he used it anyway. So we have still got self-destruct built up. We are going to just lob it straight in at them. I've never been a fan of this maneuver, because I find that it just generally doesn't get very much done. This is actually going to kill 2 people, so what the fuck do I know? But I hate just, like, lobbing D.va's ultimate in there, especially a map like this that's actually got, like, a lot of walls to disappear around, because, and there's a Winston who can bubble it, it just generally doesn't get very much done, unless you are comboing it with somebody else somehow. Like, you, suppose your soldier's using tac visor, you're like, alright, I'll throw my ult past them, Because now they're like, oh fuck, do I want to look at that, or do I want to look at that? And then you force them to go in a direction they don't want to go regardless. Just lobbing it in doesn't tend to get very much done. I prefer to save it just to zone people, or just to use it to get another mech. D.Va's ult is quite bad, honestly. It's worse than High Noon at this point, because they buffed High Noon so that it is actually slightly easier to kill people with it. Self-destruct is still ridiculously hard to kill people with because of how telegraphed it is. So their Mercy just swung straight into our face, and we really want to kill the Mercy. We are not allowed to kill this Mercy, because there's a Reaper here. Right there. There's Reaper, and we're just trying to walk right past Reaper. You're not allowed to do that. You have to actually, like, acknowledge Reaper, because if you don't, he's going to break your mech and kill you, depending on the position he's in. We actually managed to get away from it. Oh shit, here comes that D.Va's ult, so we have to run back in. Now that D.Va's ult is gone, we don't want to be down here anymore. Like, we have to come down here because it's the only way to, like, get away from her ultimate. Now we don't want to be on the point anymore because we're Zero Suit Samus right now. And when you are Zero Suit Samus, you don't want to be close to their team. You want to back up and just build up another mech. Because here's the thing with losing your mech as D.Va. When you lose your mech, you have effectively died, because Baby D.Va is not really a hero. She is very squishy, has no abilities, and does, like, often more damage than when she's in her mech, but you have effectively died when you've lost your mech. So if you get another mech reasonably quickly, you effectively respawn a lot faster because you get back into your mech right there, and then you start fighting again. If you are just really close to them out of your mech, there's a high probability of you dying because you're very small and very fragile. And if you lose your mech, and then you walk around for like 5 seconds, you've actually just added 5 seconds to your respawn timer because you weren't doing anything really as Baby D.Va. So we do not want, now we want to like back up and stand like on our equivalent side to this and just shoot down at something that's easy to hit so we can build up another mech quickly and just start actually being a hero again. We don't want to stand down on the point because this is rather scary. It's probably because it's like, oh, I picked a tank hero, so this is what I gotta do. If you are Baby D.Va, you are not a tank hero anymore. So there, Winston's back, but we've managed to get back into our mech. Oh, fuck, now he's using Primal Rage. Isn't that inconvenient? Oh, shit, Microwave. So we come over here to try and mess with their soldier. Unfortunately, their Reaper also appears at that moment, and we end up losing our mech again very quickly. Again, we do not want to be standing on the point right now because we are currently not in our mech. So we just want to stand back safely, build up ult charge, because right now we're in this D.Va's face, and oh shit, here comes Winston as well. Oh god, we just got killed. The point's the most dangerous place to stand, and if you're Baby D.Va, you get killed very quickly. We do not want to stand on the point when we're Baby D.Va, because we don't want to die, because then we just take even longer to be a hero again. So we see up in the kill feed that the fight is actually still going okay in our absence, and we've in fact not even lost the point. So great, awesome. We are halfway towards self-destruct again, which I mean, you know, whatever. We have Sound Barrier and High Noon for the next fight, which is not the best combination of ults, but is certainly better than nothing. Well, they have a D.Va, so it's going to be quite difficult for High Noon to actually get too much done. So we decided we're going to try and, like, float our way in here, and then we get hung up on the wall for a little while, and that's very unfortunate. Doomfist just punched D.Va, and her mech looked very upset about it indeed. Oh. So, D.Va's over there getting punched, but our Doomfist has been microwaved to death, so that sucks. And then over there, we see that Reaper has actually also killed our Lucio. Now we're being microwaved to death. We didn't get the res. Oh god, it's just about as terrible as it could have possibly gone. So, we do know they have a Reaper, so we should be, like, looking out more for him, because you can expect a Reaper to be doing some flanking business. And as D.Va, it is your responsibility to watch after their Reaper to make sure he doesn't kill anybody. You're not probably going to kill the Reaper, but you do want to keep an eye on the Reaper. Like, just keep an eye out for the Reaper so that he doesn't kill your team, because that is your job to stop that from happening. So we lost that round, and that feels really bad. So, obviously. So now we're 0-2, but as you can see, this game's quite long, We're going to be here for a while. There's some salt happening in the team chat, as is to be expected in a game that you are losing. Aang over here wants Miku to leave. Doesn't make any sense, really, because then it's just, it doesn't actually help you in any way. It's not like the game is going to get cancelled, but whatever. That's not very Aang-like of this man, honestly. Aang was a pretty chill dude. So we're going to change to Winston now. We are our only tank now, also. Doesn't really matter. Especially on King of the Hill, which is a very deathmatch style of map. It's not actually deathmatch, but it might as well be, honestly. So, we are on Lighthouse, which is a decent map to play Winston on, because there is actually some high ground to contest on this map. It's the only Ilios map, really, that happens on. And we can see their Symmetra is just running full tilt at us right now, and we should have just jumped on that lady as soon as we saw her. Because look how by herself she is. Like, these people are up there. They just used all their movement abilities to get up there, though. And this lady is just walking around here all by her lonesome. Just jump straight on her, put your bubble down, and tase this lady, because she's out of position and she should die for this. Because you can see their whole team. They use their movement abilities to get up there, so they're not going to get to you that quickly. And even if a D.Va gets to you, she's not going to kill you quickly, especially if you've got your bubble there that you can dance in and out of. So just jump on this lady and get her killed, because she is out of position right now. Instead, we just sort of slowly track her, if YouTube would be so kind. Instead, we just slowly track her around, and oh god, we don't do anything at all, and she's now back with her team. We could have killed her. So, Lucio just did that. That feels really good, obviously. Now we jump on this lady. She gets beamed in the back of the head by Doomfist as well. Our Doomfist just got microwaved, and then their Symmetra got flashbanged. We didn't really have to do anything. Everything went fantastically anyway. But we could have jumped on that Symmetra. And then we could have killed somebody right at the start of the fight, and then it might have gone even better. So our team kinda scattered around right now. One of them is Doomfist, though, so, that's just kind of gonna be what happens with him. Waiting for their team to reappear. Here's their team now. Just try and get, like, a bit of a tease in. Bit of a tasey tease in. We did see, like, was that, like, the tail end of Reaper teleporting? I don't know. It might have been. I don't really know. I don't think it was. No, it was not, because there's Reaper. Okay. So, 2 of their team are already dead. Now their Symmetra is also dead. Now we jump in on this Mercy, and we are going to run her down, because what is she going to do about it? She's going to do nothing about it. And then we jump back to safety. Great. Fight was already over by the time we even really got involved in it, and then we just tased Mercy to death, but, it feels good. So we learned now that they have a Sombra, which is fantastic news for us, because Winston is really good against Sombra also. So, they have a Torbjorn now, as we just learned from pushing tab right there, so, great. Fantastic news. Because, Torbjorn is such a powerhouse on King of the Hill. We have to be real spooked about that one. So, we see Torbjorn starts building his turret up here. And we know he's got D.Va up here with him, and that's it, really. Like, we can see the rest of their team, and have seen the rest of their team. We could dive up here right now, and just try to knock this Torbjorn off, or at least, like, fuck with him building this turret. Because we jump up here, we put the bubble down, and we try and put it, like, such that it's kind of covering up the... Basically, we want to put it in a convenient location so that we can use it to, harass this Torbjorn, and then dance in and out of it. And then we can fuck with him, and like, yeah, D.Va's up there as well, and Torbjorn's got a shotgun. If we're dancing in and out of the bubble, it shouldn't be that hard for us to actually avoid him, and then we can fuck with his day real good. Doomfist has actually jumped up there and decided to use his ultimate. McCritty has used his ultimate to kill D.Va's mech. Here's Mercy, we're on Mercy. Oh shit, Torbjorn. We've managed to get away from him. Their soldier used Tac Visor, only killed Lucio. Oh god, oh no, we're low HP, we can't really do anything, even though we really want to, because we ran into a Torbjorn as we were tasing the Mercy to death. Oh god, feels bad. There's not much we can do about that. We jumped on the Mercy and we started bullying her around, and then we just happened to run directly into Torbjorn, who shot us in the face. And then that stopped us from taking part in the rest of the fight, because we'd love to get on the soldier and stop him from using Tac Visor, But when you've got like 100 HP, that's not really an option, so we have not been able to do anything for this period. Then we get hacked. Oh no, oh gee, oh, couldn't really go much worse. Just hanging out, tasing Mercy, and then what happens? A fucking festive dwarf just bumbles in and shoots you in the face. God damn. Everybody's dying over there right now, so we don't want to go over there because they're all dead. So we're going to wait for everyone to regroup. So we look at their team, and this is a little bit spooky to play Winston against this team because they now have 2 shotgun men who are good at killing us. And they also have D.Va, who is also just like not really, we don't really want to fight her, you know. So, but we're still good against all these people also. However, I would change to D.Va at this point because like these two and this lady are going to cause you some trouble as Winston. Whereas if we're D.Va, we can cause both of these guys trouble. And also these guys trouble. Not so much Soldier, actually, but the other ones. I think D.Va would be a better pick in this position because of the Torbjorn and the Reaper. Because now they have double shotgun men. We stay on Winston for the rest of the game, though, as I spoiled right at the start of the video. So, everybody's regrouped now. We have Primal Rage, which I mean is cool. Not an ultimate you actively think about using, really, but it's nice to just have in your back pocket. And our Doomfist has gone off and gotten himself picked off by Sombra. Presumably he got hacked. We're just sort of sitting around really indecisively, like not sure what we're supposed to be doing during this entire period. And we're just like not really doing anything. Like, we're like, think about jumping in. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, damn, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? You gotta, like, look for something to do. And it's really easy to find something to do right now because you can Primal Rage. So, like, you can jump into a lot of places really freely without worrying about dying. And we're just like, oh, what do I want to do? Oh, no, Doomfist's dead now. Oh, Soldier's going this way. Oh, I know that. Soldier's going this way. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna go in and use my ultimate. We just sit around doing nothing for like 10 seconds. Like, you gotta be like looking for something to do. You're your team's only tank right now, so it's like, it's up to you to find the opportunity to engage the fight, but we're just sitting like back like, oh, I guess I'll go over here with Soldier. Oh no, now he's going this way. Oh, fuck it, I'll just go in. Also, you don't want to use Primal Rage like this because one of the benefits of Primal Rage is also that it's 1000 HP heal. So you don't really want to pop it at full HP unless you're going for like a full team off the edge push kind of thing. You want to try and use it to also gain some HP. So you don't really want to just like jump and ult like that. So now we're just going to come in and we're going to start swinging at them. But the unfortunate thing is that their team is still like a lot of shotgun dudes. And then also Torbjorn uses Molten Core as well. So even though we've got big Winston HP, we actually just get shredded to death because this team is still really good at killing Winston, and you don't actually get, like, tankier when you're big, you just have more hit points, which you could say is being tankier, but when the enemy team is like Winston, Torbjorn, D.Va, not really. And imagine if they had a Zenyatta as well, right? So we got rezzed in here, and we're still kinda getting shredded, but fortunately, like, our team just kinda killed everyone. So, great. Awesome. Oh, here's Sombra, we're gonna tase her now. So, even though we didn't really execute the engage correctly, didn't get punished, don't have to learn. But you don't want to just like jump at the enemy team and be like, ooh, I'm big now, and then start swinging. You want to try and get the heat. Oh god, oh my god. I don't know if that was on my end or not, but it just sounded like my headphones were exploding. I don't know if that was the video or like my computer dying. So, we're back on Ruins again now. Our team comp is the same, which is unsurprising, seeing as we won the last round. It'd be kind of weird if we suddenly changed. So, you do want to, like, jump to try and get there quicker, so that you can start seeing what's going on, feel out what's going on, instead of just, like, walking the hallway. You do, like, want to get there a little bit quicker, jump forward, and then you'll get there faster, and your jump is, like, a low cooldown. You'll have it again when the fight actually starts. So we see D.Va over there, alright, then we see somebody up there, didn't get a good look at them though. They still have their Torbjorn. We jump up here, it's Hanzo, alright, now, unfortunately we've already lost McCree, because he got headshot by Torbjorn, which is very unfortunate. So we're a little afraid to go in on this Mercy, because she has just about gotten away from us. But, like, this lady is by herself right now. Like, Hanzo went off that way. She can't GA to him because this is in the way. And the rest of the team is, like, fighting over there. Now, you can, like, jump off this point and start tasing this lady. And probably kill her. And if it suddenly feels like things are going terribly wrong, like, look how close your jump is to being off cooldown. So, yeah, you'll have to leave your bubble behind and you're being shot at by Hanzo. There's like a wall in the way, though, dog. You can jump down off here and start tasing that Mercy. You don't have to be so afraid of it. You're at 404 HP right now, which is simultaneously high HP but also 0 HP if you think about it. So now the Mercy has gotten away from us. Here's Sombra. Oh god, that really fucks with our jive, because now we can't use any of our abilities. Oh god, we just kind of want to get out. We're really concerned about getting out, even when Mercy and, like, Lucio are here. It's kind of not that scary anymore, actually, but now we get out. Oh god, Torbjorn's up there. That's kind of, like, not really our area as Winston, but we get to tase it anyway. Mercy is doing this over here, which is not a legal maneuver, but oh god, here comes our entire team. You're not allowed to do this because you're low HP and you have no resources right now, and you're just sort of trying to walk past their entire team to kill this Mercy. Like, if this Torbjorn doesn't just do the Torbjorn thing where he sits there banging on his turret, if he just pulls out his shotgun and shoots you, you die for this. Or if their team, like, collapses a little better to help the Mercy, you're not allowed to just, like, walk at her like that when you're low HP and both of your cooldowns are up. Or down, rather, I should say. Oh god, oh, then they all just kind of recollect on us and kill us. So, the thing is, when you're low HP, you don't want to be standing on the point anymore, because you're not actually a hero when you're at, like, 150 HP, because you're so close to death. Or 200 HP. You're, like, not a tank at that point anymore. You actually just want to get out of the way and get healed up and then go back in when you're actually a hero again. Because a 200 HP Winston with no cooldowns, not actually a hero. Especially against a team that's got like a Torbjorn and a D.Va just there and a soldier just like sitting on the rim of the point just like shooting down at you the entire time. So, now our team has recollected. Don't do that, because you've got no clue what you're jumping into right now. Like, you see a person, then you're just like, I'm going in. You don't know what you're about to land on, dog. You could land on 6 people and they could all have shotguns. You don't know. You want to look before you leap. It's very important with Winston that you don't jump directly into, like, a lot of shit, because you will actually just get killed. You have to be more, you have to have more discretion than that. You want to actually look at where you're going to go. Because we don't want to, like, we've jumped in here, and, like, what good was it ever going to do? We jumped directly on Torbjorn and D.Va. So, we can't just, like, fight those people straight up. And, yeah, Torbjorn also used Molten Core, which, I mean, is, like, just icing on the cake, really, isn't it? So, Torbjorn's actually built his turret, like, right in the center of the point, which is a very interesting location to build his turret. So, we jump over here, we're on Hanzo right now, we obviously want to kill Hanzo. Didn't get hit by the Dragon Strike arrow. Great, awesome, now we jump back in over here. So, the Mercy Res very much helped us swing this fight around. Why do we use Primal Rage? We're low HP. No, we're not low HP. Why do we use Primal Rage right here? There's no reason to use this Primal Rage. You're still basically full HP, and you know that most of the enemy team is dead right now. If you're looking at the kill feed, you can see everybody died. So, there was no reason to use this Primal Rage, because we basically just used it to heal like 150 HP and then smack D.Va for a little while. That's not a very good use of company resources. We'd rather still have the Primal Rage for this upcoming fight. So, our Doomfist just died to Mercy, which is very tragic news indeed. Ha ha ha, Doomfist, ha ha ha. It sounds vaguely like everyone's quite unhappy with Doomfist, which has been the general theme of this game. So, we see Soldier over there, and we know the enemy team is recollecting, so we don't jump on him immediately. We also caught a glimpse of Sombra going over to the large health kit. We could have jumped on onto her or the Soldier, but we didn't really know what else was around this pillar, so not jumping onto the Soldier is fair enough. Over there, we see Torbjorn starting to erect his turret. His turret is now broken, so we don't even have to worry about it at all. I can't tell if that health kit has been hacked because I'm colorblind, and that's like a really hard combination of colors for me to see. If this is hacked, we don't want to be over here, but I can't fucking tell. So, Torbjorn is dead, so that's great. Don't have to worry about that anymore. So, the thing is with what we've done here, is we've jumped over here without our bubble. You aren't allowed to just jump right onto the enemy team's backline if you don't have your bubble, because then it's actually very easy to kill you. Winston's a very soft tank, actually. The reason the Winston is annoying to kill is because, one, he's got Primal Rage. Or two, he's got his bubble and he's dancing in and out of the bubble. And it takes like a Soldier and a Sombra a long time to break the bubble. If you don't have your bubble, you are not allowed to do that because they will just turn and they will shoot you and you will die. You have to actually have your bubble up before you're allowed to just jump into the back line like that, or you get killed. As we did indeed get killed right there. But we've been rezzed again by Mercy. Our Mercy is trying very hard right now. Was Soldier using Tac Visor? He is, isn't he? Oh, great. We managed to kill him before he killed anybody, and then we even got away with it. Oh god, here's Sombra. Oh no. Very scary, but she just, like, translocates over there and dies. Baby D.Va, not a concern. Great. The D.Va's even fairly staggered compared to the rest of her team. Not too terribly so, but she is, like, you know, it's gonna take a little longer. So, I don't think that health kit was hacked, actually. I don't know. Ilios fucks with me a lot as a map. Like, I try to avoid playing a healer on this map because, like, I can't see people's health bars against the ground. It's very inconvenient. The colorblind settings also don't, like, fucking help at all. Like, at least they don't help me. I've heard that they are not helpful if you're red-green colorblind also, and they are very unhelpful for me, blue-yellow. So, like, it's... I would love to just be able to, like, tint parts of the UI a color I want. Like, I want to just be able to be like, nameplates, that's red now. Health bars, that's black now, or some shit. That would be a lot better. You know? Rather than just being like, and now I will tint the entire fucking globe a different color. That's not actually as helpful. I just want to, like, tint the UI, because that's the information like, I can see Lucio perfectly fine. What I can't see is his fucking health bar against the background. I would like to just be able to change the UI's color, Blizzard, but no. We gotta tint the entire globe instead, because that's fine. So, D.Va has just managed to kill their Symmetra. Their Zenyatta is also dead. Now their Soldier is also dead. There's only 10% left to go, so this is fantastic news. And then we just jump in here, and then we start killing her. Oh god, did that feel bad for Mercy right there. D.Va tried to use her ult, didn't get very much done. There's no need to use Primal Rage like that, because we're still full HP right now, and you shouldn't need it. Like, it's not gonna help you kill these people any faster. So this is just an overuse of Primal Rage, whereas we could save it in case we need it. We did not need to use it right there. Poor Zenyatta, just fisted real bad. Oh, all these people are now dead. There's a Soldier right there. We jump way up into the sky when we could have just jumped straight onto Soldier's face and started tasing him. So now we've made it go all the way to 2-2, and as you can still see, there's still like a lot of time left. So, you know, we've still got some stuff to talk about in this game. So let's skip past the prep time, because we're still, like, it's all the same. Nothing's changing here. Everyone's still salty, if you're curious, but it's a game of Overwatch. Of course everyone's still salty. Oh, I lied to you, our D.Va's actually changed into Zarya. I don't actually like that. I wish she was still D.Va. Because of what we've seen their team be previously. Well, I guess they had a Symmetra, though, so maybe she doesn't want to play D.Va because of that. I guess that's fair enough. Okay. So now we learned they have a Mei, so now we know it's a really good thing she didn't pick D.Va, because boy would that fuck with D.Va's day. God damn, Mei makes it so difficult to play D.Va. So, D.Va's right here, she just used her shift and her E, so this Mei is actually, like, kind of free at this point, because she doesn't have any of her cooldowns up, and she looks to be here largely by herself, but we've seen people over there also. So, Soldier's over there. We could just jump straight on that Soldier, because the only person over there with him is Winston, so that's not very scary to us because we're also Winston. Winston is very bad at killing tanks, so we are also a tank, so Winston is bad at killing Winston. But Soldier's over there with him. We just jump on the soldier. I am, like, gonna sneeze. No, I'm not. Alright, I'm just gonna be very uncomfortable for the next few seconds. So we could just jump straight on that soldier, put the bubble down on top of him, and dance in and out of the bubble. It'll be really hard for soldier to kill us. Like, yeah, Winston's there tasing us, but he's not gonna kill you. Especially if you're dancing around the soldier and he's not really doing any damage to you. And you can, like, at least fuck with the soldier. Even if you could probably kill the soldier. Well, maybe not, because if he's got biotic field, you wouldn't kill him. Which he probably does. I lied to you about that one. But you will occupy the soldier and the Winston's time, which will make the rest of the fight be a 5v4 in your favor. So you should jump over there, try and kill the soldier. If you don't kill the soldier, whatever, you're at least occupying him and Winston. Actually, we can see his biotic field, couldn't we? That was his biotic field? Or was that, Winston's bubble? No, that's biotic field. Okay, so we put it down over there. Now you definitely jump on the dude, because he's by himself at this point. And yeah, you used your bubble. Soldier's still not going to kill you that quickly by himself, so you could have jumped on him at that point, because he was by his lonesome. We really want this Lucio, but we kind of get, like, real confused about it. We kind of get, like, juked around. And then, like, he dies in the end, so it doesn't matter. Now we're just trying to get in on these people. You've got your bubble up, so, like, you could probably actually kill these two people right here. Because, like, right there we see the D.va's about to lose her mech. As soon as I see D.va's about to lose her mech, I actually jump on these people, put the bubble down, and start tasing them. Because if D.va's about to lose her mech, then she's about to become Baby D.va, which is really easy to kill as Winston. Soldier uses biotic field over there. It has a 15-second cooldown, so it is not back up yet. So as soon as I see D.va is almost dead, I jump on these people, put the bubble down, and start fighting them. Instead, we stand around the choke point for a little while, get shot at. Soldier dies eventually anyway. Our Mercy's been getting tased to death this entire time. As sad as that is, it's also kind of like not our problem also, because Winston is bad at killing Winston. So if your backline's getting killed by if your Mercy's getting shot at by a Winston, it's usually still in your better interest to just be distracting their DPS like their soldier, because you don't really bring very much to stopping another Winston. So, yeah, Mercy's been getting tased to death. That's kind of like not our problem as Winston, because we're bad at killing Winston. So here we find Baby D.va. Oh god, did we get bullied around right there. Good heavens. It's a miracle we got away with that one, honestly, seeing as we were purple and asleep in front of them. But we got away with it, so great. There's their Boostio. He came in to try and boop us off. He did not boop us off, so that's good. Come back over here. Mercy heals us up there. Lucio now dead. Great news. There's a fucking fire extinguisher over here going in every which way. And we jump in to start fighting. We end up over here and then they're all like scattering away from us, so we don't go in any deeper. We are thinking about jumping in deeper. I've seen it in your crosshair. You've been pointing it up like I could jump in at these people. And now we're gonna jump in. Now half of them are actually dead at this point, so, and we also, sound barrier just happened. We are playing it really tentatively right here. Like, we've already done the brave thing and jumped in, and now we start playing tentatively when we see it's like D.va and Lucio. Just like walk forward, put your bubble on top of them and like keep fighting. At this point, most of their team is dead. We've already jumped in, so there's no reason to suddenly start playing tentatively when you see a Lucio and a D.va. Just like, go walk forward, put the bubble on them and start fighting. So we just, we're playing very, very hesitantly this round. Well, we played hesitantly a couple of the other rounds as well, didn't we? But we're playing very hesitantly right now. So we just heard Anna use her nano boost. She has nano boosted their Winston, which is quite scary indeed. This is, like, direly not our problem still, because we are bad at killing Winston. So we are honestly still just, like, more interested in distracting the rest of their team. So here's what you think at this point, or here's what I think anyway. So I see this happening and I'm like, okay, he's gonna jump into my team, and they're not gonna be very happy about it because it's a nano boosted Primal Rage Winston. But I think to myself, alright, I can't help with that because I'm also Winston, as we've covered a great many times so far. So what I do instead is I wait for the Winston to jump past us, if YouTube would be so kind. I wait for that to happen, then I jump over here. And it doesn't really matter what you jump into right now, because you are only 10% away from having Primal Rage. So you just jump into these people, you build up your ultimate, and you start smacking them around. And then, while that's happening, you're distracting the entire rest of their team, so that gives the rest of your team the ability to try and deal with this Primal Rage Winston. Now, we have just caught a glimpse of Soldier over here using Tac Visor. So if we know that's happening, we want to jump over there and try and fuck with him instead. However, I would have already jumped onto them by this point because of where, and we also don't actually see him for that long. I would have already just jumped over there and started harassing their backline, which you're pretty free to do because of how close you are to having Primal Rage at that point in time. Instead, we kind of like hesitate to do much of anything. Now we're going to use Primal Rage, and we get frozen by May, and now we are gonna get bullied for a while, but we actually almost get away. Goddamn. Doesn't it feel... Oh, God. Oh, okay. I thought we were going to see it from May's perspective for a while, but no. No. Okay. So, probably get fucked regardless in that case because they used, 4 ultimates? Did they use 5 ultimates? I don't think they used 5. They used a lot of ultimates. So you probably lose in that position regardless, because if the enemy team comes at you with like 4 or more ultimates, you generally expect to lose that fight, unless you have a lot of ultimates as well to use. We have Graviton and Sound Barrier built up. We don't really have a combo for Graviton, which is quite upsetting, other than, unless you count Winston just, like, tasing into their entire team, which, I mean, I guess kinda counts. So our Doomfist currently dead. Doomfist not really putting in too terribly much work right there. We fuck up the jump, which leads to us being in a very unfortunate position. We aren't really allowed to do this jump regardless, though, because we try to jump into them while our bubble is down. And we fuck it up anyway, but jumping into them would actually just result in us dying, because all that damage would have still happened to us, but we would have then been in the middle of their team also. So we would have gotten killed. We didn't have our bubble up, so we're not allowed to jump in that aggressively. Fortunately, we fucked it up, so we're actually still alive. Isn't it funny how a fuck up can result in you still being alive sometimes? So we haven't really known what to do during this period, it's looked like, because we've just sort of sat around over here. And I mean, part of it was we were being healed up, and now like, oh, this is happening. D.va's, May is bullying our Zarya over here, but we had no idea this was happening. She threw her ult over there. By the time we arrive, it's already gone. So it's just kind of like we've been sitting back here, trying to tase the people coming into our team. Now, however, we're actually starting to get some momentum in the fight. Mercy used her res. There goes May using her blizzard. She just got punched and killed. Our Mercy got tased to death, which is kind of still not our problem, because we're also Winston. So do you have Tac Visor again? Goddamn. I have a lot of trouble seeing effects on this map. I don't know if you've noticed. I really like Ilios, but its color scheme fucks with me a lot, and it makes it very inconvenient. I will not play a support on this map, because I just frankly can't tell what anybody's life bars are at. So, this is also a thing I'm noticing, where we just, like, jump directly up into the sky a lot, when we kind of don't know what we're gonna, we don't need to. I don't know what I was trying to say right there. Where we just jump directly into the sky a lot. You don't need to put so much arc on this jump, because you are trying to jump directly onto the Lucio in this position. So, like, we look like straight up, and then it just takes us forever to land on the ground again, and by the time we land, he's way gone, and he's with his team again. You don't need to put that much arc on it. You just need to look like there, or like there. Like, you do not need to look very high at all, and you'll land straight on this guy. Like, we just put so much on it, and then end up doing that. We do that a lot, I've noticed, where we jump, like, straight up into the sky a lot, and it just takes forever to land. When we could just jump, like, directly on these people. Now we're low HP. When you're low HP, you jump up in the ground just because it, fucks with people, so it makes it harder for you to get killed. Now, but if we're just, like, jumping at someone, you want to land, like, on the guy. You don't want to just go, like, 1 billion miles in the air and then take 10 minutes to land on the ground again. Now we're jumping over the wall. We're not really allowed to do that because our bubble is still on cooldown, and we could find their entire team over this wall. And now we're getting bullied real hard because May has arrived. Oh god, self-destruct over there, killed 2 of our team. Very close to having Primal Rage. Oh, we just kind of leave instead. The thing is, with what we're doing right now, is that all we've really done is stagger our death mad high, and we don't have a lot of time left, so we're not really allowed to do that. If you are pretty certain that you're gonna die, like I see that happen in the kill feed, and I see how low I am, and I think to myself, I'm pretty fucked at this point. If you're gonna die, or you're like, I look at that and I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like, maybe you build up Primal Rage and like stall it out. Better use of your time, jump in the pit. And the reason for that is you are very likely to die right now. Even if you use Primal Rage, you aren't gonna swing this fight around because the entire enemy team is here. All you really want to do is you want to die as quickly as possible so that you can regroup with your team as quickly as possible and come back out here and actually fight. Because you do not have enough time left to dilly die. You got 20% right now. If you die, you got time to get back over here. But like, we drag this out a lot, and then we die anyway. But all we've done is add like 7 seconds to our respawn timer by dragging it out for that long. When we could have just died sooner, respawned, and gotten back over there in time to actually fight, like, with our team. Now we have to use Primal Rage to even get back at all. And we do get back at least. But now our team has come into this fight really staggered because of how our death timers worked out. Soldiers used an attack visor. He's managed to kill their soldier. That's great. We don't want to be, like, focusing on this D.Va. This is, like, not our thing. We don't want to ever be fighting tanks if at all is possible. We want to either fight the Mercy, who just swung past us, or we jump past the D.Va onto this Anna and try to kill her instead. We don't want to be doing this, because this is not, like, our thing. There's 3 people on the point right now, counting us, so, like, it's not like we have to be standing on the point. We do have freedom to, like, go off and try and kill people. We've been trying to get this D.Va the entire time. We finally broke her mech, but, like, we could have gone and just, like, harassed the support, and that would have been a better use of our time than trying to fight the D.Va. But they had 3 supports. No, I must have thought our Mercy was their Mercy because I'm fucking stupid. Don't worry about it. So, fight not going terrible. Now we're, like, again doing that thing where we're playing real tentatively and we don't really know what we're gonna do right here. We don't need to be afraid of any of the people who are still currently alive, and we're just kind of hanging out in our bubble. Not really doing very much, when we could have just jumped on, like, the soldier who sprinted past. Like, we could just go after that guy more decisively, try and kill him, look around a bit more, get on this guy sooner. Instead, we've just been sitting over there, not participating in the fight for a little while. So, now I've been bumped in the well, but we're playing Winston, so he gets to jump back out of the well. Oh, God, so very close, but then he gets into all of their healing, and he manages to get away with it. Oh god, now that's happening, and that's really scary. At the same time, though, their Anna's very upset, isn't she? Like, you know, right as she nano boosts it. Oh no. I wonder if the nano boost actually makes the self-destruct do more damage. That would be massive overkill, because it does 1,000 damage, but like, I don't know if that actually works. Write in if you know if nano boosting D.Va's mech makes self-destruct do more damage. Because I don't actually know. My instinct says no, but I also can't really think of a reason it wouldn't, other than that'd be kind of dumb. So, we have Primal Rage again. So we're going to use Primal Rage right now. And we're going to bat at these people. We are now going to get too carried away. We're going to leave the point. And we are going to end up losing the round. And we're like, I was on it. The point is actually, like, tighter than that. So we actually get, like, a little carried away. And then, oh no. And then Aang's like, fuck off, moron. Because that's definitely, you know, Aang was definitely all about that. Ju 2 over here got play of the game. Because he microwaved some people. We don't even see it. We didn't even see that. We didn't even see all the microwaving. Oh no. Alright, so. Tom Johnson. I don't know why, I was having so much trouble reading his name. So. The thing that stands out the most in this game is we go in like when we are, it seems like we always go in when we shouldn't be going in, and we don't go in when we should be going in, because we jump in without our bubble a lot of the time, and then that leads to us getting fucked up. And then there are times where we could jump on someone more decisively, and we just elect not to. Like, the Symmetra right at the start of the third round is the one that really stands out to me. I'm like, oh, she was so by herself. And then there's a lot of times we jump in, we're not allowed to, blah, blah, blah. The other thing is we use Primal Rage, like, way too early. A lot of the time. You want to try and use the heal off of it. You are never really use Primal Rage as you initiate, because you want to try and get some heal off of it as well, because that's part of the benefit. You also kind of want to put your bubble down before you use Primal Rage, because you can't use it when you're Primal Raging, and by the time you come out of Primal Rage, the bubble will be off cooldown again. Well, it'll be very close to being off cooldown. So you want to, like, use it mid-fight. You don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to go in, fly through the air, ult mid-air, and then, like, unless you're going to try and push the entire team off a cliff, which happens sometimes, you don't really want to do that. You want to actually use it to try and, like, benefit off of the heal as well. And put your bubble down before you use Primal Rage. So, those are the things that stood out the most in this game. There's just, like, a lot of, poorly chosen engage, and then engages that we could have gone in, and then we just totally missed out on. It's, it feels you feel uncertain, as, like, it feels very tentative, like, oh, shouldn't I? Just, like, decide. Just, like, do it. You don't want to be sitting around like, oh, should I go in? Shouldn't I go in? Just, like, go. If you see an opportunity, just go. That being said, though, if you don't have your bubble up, you gotta be a lot more careful about when you choose to go in, because you aren't allowed to just, like, jump directly into the backline if you don't have your bubble. But if you see a dude that's by himself, well, you just jump on that dude. You jump on that dude. If you're good at killing a dude and he's, like, by himself, or with someone, like, just like a Winston or a D.va, someone who's not gonna kill you that quickly, just jump on that fool. Bully him. Be decisive. So those are the things that stood out the most in this game. So thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. More than happy to answer, and I hope you found the video helpful.